it was another situation that happened.
After that?
No, it was before while I was with my fiance, and that's part of the reason why we broke up too.
What happened?
What
happened when you was with him?
Defend me.
So was he there when it happened?
Yeah, he was right there.
What happened?
And it's like the fact that my man was already laying next to me, and it's like pitch black in the house.
Right.
I'm thinking like if anybody gonna be touching on me, it's my dude.
Right. Okay, so the brother ended up running out.
I'll give you all the tea. She acting like I'm the one who like started with him. Like she wasn't trying to hear me. Like nobody was trying to believe me. It's always been like that. Like nobody never believed nothing I go through, so I don't even care to talk about it. But just know that it f***s with me every day. So if you see me doing some off the wall crazy ass shit, acting crazy, okay, it's because it's trauma. Period.
What's up, YouTube? So guys, we got two major initiatives coming up. The first one is ATV Von's baby shower for his twins, where we're going to be getting items off of an Amazon wish list, as well as raising general funds for emergency housing for Von and his twins. The baby shower is going to be Friday, November 8th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there or be square. Next up is going to be Adopt a Kid from Atlanta Street Interviews, where we're going to pair a viewer and a child from the platform, and the viewer is going to get a couple of items on that child's Christmas list. We're going to put a couple smiles on these kids' faces for Christmas. So turn your notifications on and stay tapped in. Now back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with another one. So we got a young lady with us today. How you doing today, miss?
I'm doing well.
Okay. All right, and so are you homeless?
Yes.
All right, how old are you?
I'm 21.
21, and so how long have you been homeless?
Honestly, like a year or two.
Like a year or two? What was it that happened a year or two that caused you to become homeless?
Just being discombobulated, like a discombobulated family.
Okay. Before you became homeless, you was living with family?
Yeah.
Okay, and so what happened? Like, why did you have to stop living with them?
It was just too toxic, and I'm just the type of person, like, I'm not about to tolerate disrespect, and if I feel like you're trying to show favoritism to somebody that's less than, that's where I feel disrespected, because family supposed to overpower everything. So when you put, you know what I'm saying, somebody not was the same like, caliber, like you start treating me some type of way, and I did nothing to you. Like when you start acting funny with me, you know. You talking
about your mom?
No.
Okay. Okay, so we'll tap in. Okay, so real quick, 21. Do you have any kids?
Not yet.
No. Okay. So have you ever been married?
No.
Okay. So yeah. So let's figure out what's going on. So, you was living with family, and you feel like they was putting somebody above you, basically.
Yes.
What was happening? What made you feel that way?
Just the actions. Just feeling like a piece of on the floor while you get praised.
Right. Like what happened? Like give me an example of like what made you feel like that? What made you feel like a piece of ass on the floor?
Just the looks, the non-priority I was to nobody for real. Not feeling like a priority to nobody.
Okay, so let's figure this out. So let's just start from the beginning. So where are you from?
Alabama, New York, Florida, I don't know.
Kind of all over, or?
I don't know my story. I just know what I was told.
Wow. Okay. Well, what were you told?
Alabama.
Okay.
I'm just so emotional.
Yeah, because I mean the tears.
This is constant for me though, because I'm going through it each and every day.
So this is like for like the last few years, it sounds like, or maybe longer.
Yeah, since I was 17. Then I went back home with my mother, because single mother, of course. But went back with her for like a few months. Then she went homeless. She had to go move in with family. She wasn't treated the best either. So it's just kind of super toxic, and it's just overall depressing and sad. The whole situation to me.
Did you grow up with growing up? Did you grow up with both parents, like at first?
No.
Like, okay, so who'd you grow up with? Just
my
your mom?
mom.
Okay. You have siblings?
Yes.
Okay. How many?
I don't know.
As far as like that you grew up with in the household.
One.
Okay. Were you the older or younger?
Younger.
Okay. How many years apart were y'all?
10.
From you and your sibling? Oh wow, that's a sizable gap.
Yeah.
Okay. So as far as growing up, would you say that you had like a fairly normal upbringing?
Fairly.
Okay, it's just kind of the regular stuff. Did activities and things like that?
It was just kind of like isolated and toxic, but it was cool.
What was toxic about it?
Just like having zero like mental support.
You feel like you didn't have the mental support? So let me ask. I'm gonna ask a couple pointed questions. Do you feel like your mom loves you? I tell you, that silence is deafening. So, okay, so you don't really feel that love from her.
From nobody.
Okay. I'm gonna ask. So, when you was younger, did anything like ever happen to you, like any type of sexual assault or anything like that?
Yeah, but I was too young to recall.
So it was like when you was like
proceeded as I got older.
So what age?
Once I left out her house.
So after 17?
Yeah, but as I was little too, I'm sure it happened.
Okay.
I heard stories, so yeah.
So you heard stories about it happening, but you don't remember when you was little. What happened when you left her house? Like what age were you and what was it that happened?
Could you repeat that?
Yes. Do you want to do a hug first real quick? Do you need a hug?
I need to smoke.
The smoke is coming. He's getting the cigarette.
And drink.
I know, that's right. Let's just pause it for a second, okay? All right, so just quick little hug, quick little intermission real quick. Okay, so what was it that happened to you when you was, 17 or whatever it was? What was to happen then?
Well, first off, I tried to get back into my father's life or whatever, or he tried to get back in mine, so I moved there with him. We tried that out. It didn't work due to substance abuses and stuff like that. I just couldn't take the verbal abuse. So I left. I got engaged. We lasted almost 4 years. And I was on my own after that.
Well, let me see. Just doing the math, 17 and you say almost 4 years, that puts you right at the age you're at now.
No, because we met when I was like 15, 16.
Okay. So it's about 19 or so when y'all broke up? Okay. Why'd y'all end up breaking up?
I just feel like we were too young and we didn't know like all the ins and outs.
Okay, how old was he? Was he around the same age as you?
He was just 6 months older than me.
Okay, y'all was around the same age. Okay. So, but I guess I was asking as far as what happened to you. You say that other like sexual assault and stuff happened when you was like around that age. What was it that happened to you around that age?
A date rape, drug.
What happened?
I set my drink down and I was a little under the influence. I couldn't really like handle my alcohol yet, so I set my drink down, not thinking anything of it. I come back, I was chatting with someone.
Was this like at a house, at a club, at a restaurant?
Yeah, this is at a club.
Okay, so this is at a club,
Yeah.
So you got a drink. Did you know the person that put the drug in the drink?
We were talking and stuff, just friendly conversation and stuff like that.
So you didn't know him, but y'all just met that night. Okay.
Right.
And so he did that. How did he get you out the club before he assaulted you, or how did it play out?
I gave him a ride home, and then we had stopped somewhere, and we had what's the word? The relations. Yeah, we had relations, and I was just so like out of it. Like that's when it kicked in. Like I think it's when I had my drink in my cup holder, and you on the passenger, so we right there.
Right, so you might have just slipped it in real quick.
Yeah.
Wow. So, but did you have relations with him consensually? Like, was you already planning on doing that with him, or?
No.
Okay,
No.
so it was the drug that.
Yeah.
So he kind of took it at that point.
Yes.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. And that was like in the car or whatever?
That was like outside, like, yeah, car, like, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we are being transparent right now.
Yeah. Okay, so that happened when you was like 17, you say?
I was like 19 at
19,
that point.
so that was
living in
after
Florida.
you had broke up with the guy that you was with for those many years.
Yes, and then it's just so much that happened. It's like my trauma throws off my memory too.
I can dig
But
it.
it was another situation that happened.
After that?
No, it was before while I was with my fiance, and that's part of the reason why we broke up too.
What
There's
happened?
some other
What happened
stuff.
when
He
you was
didn't
with him?
defend me.
So was he there when it happened?
Yeah, he was right there.
What happened? Like,
It was the night before 4th of July, and we were just drinking, having a good time. Everything was good. We were just like drinking with neighbors and stuff, cook out, barbecue type.
at an apartment
vibes.
type deal, right?
Then we go back home, and we just lay down and stuff, and we're both sleeping in the bed. But his stepbrother or whatever, or his, I don't know what he is to him, but he was sleeping on the couch, and he like crawled on the floor, and I'm like seeing the thing open, and I'm like, get up. I'm like, get up. Can you edit that part out?
Yeah, the
I don't
name
wanna
or whatever.
put- right.
Yeah, we ain't worry about names. We're gonna edit
I'm
that
just
out.
like, get up and stuff. Like, okay. So we was laying down, and then he was beside me. I was next to him. And it's like the fact that my man was already laying next to me, and it's like pitch black in the house.
Right.
I'm thinking like, if anybody gonna be touching on me, it's my dude.
Right.
So we all intoxicated. He acting like he can't even function to even, like, what's the word? Process what I'm saying, like comprehend what I'm trying to say.
Right. So he's like acting like he's just totally out of it, basically.
Right. So yeah.
So your stepbrother like had sex with
That's
you?
not my stepbrother. That's
His stepbrother.
Yeah.
Right.
He tried to, like, I felt my pants and stuff. I didn't realize it was him, but the door was cracked, so he could have just. And it's other girls that had stories and stuff that he did stuff to them too.
So he slipped off your pants. When you realized, how did you realize it was him and not?
Sucking on my because I heard the voice.
Oh,
I heard the voice.
And that's when you knew. So did you like? Was you startled by that?
Yes, I got startled. I said, "Get up!" And he's like, "Huh?" Like just kind of dragging, and I'm like, "He just tried to da da da." And then like I'm like, "Why is you not doing nothing?" So he calls. I start making a scene, and then like he calls his mom because it's late at night, like in the morning time, a.m. hours. So like then he calls his mom and tells her what's going on. And when she pull up, she acting like I'm the one who like started with him. Like she wasn't trying to hear me. Like nobody was trying to believe me. It's always been like that. Like nobody never believed nothing I go through, so I don't even care to talk about it. But just know that it works with me every day. So if you see me doing some off the wall crazy ass shit, acting crazy, okay, it's because it's trauma. Period.
So
if you see me drinking or whatever, or doing my advice or what, just leave me alone. I'm not doing the worst out here.
So she blamed you. She tried to basically say that you came on to the whatever brother or whatever he was. Why did he call his mom?
You said why did he?
Yeah, why did your boyfriend call his mom? Like, why was that his first thought? Like,
that's her property.
Okay, so she wasn't there.
Right.
He called her.
He shot the gun after he got outside. I'm like, you shoot the gun after he, like, to make it seem like, oh, I tried to. Like, no, you didn't try. You just want to make it seem like you did.
Okay, so the brother ended up running out.
I'll give you all the tea. Shit.
It's okay. I'm going to take care of you. You don't worry about that, okay? Mm-hmm. But the brother ended up running out?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so after that happened, how long was it until y'all ended up breaking up?
Oh, it wasn't that long.
How did that make you feel? Like,
it made me feel like an object and not a person.
Do you think that he was going to be okay if the brother would have ended up like having sex with you?
Internally, probably so, but on the outside, he would have tried to make it seem like he do.
Huh. Why do you think the stepbrother tried to do that?
Because some people are just like horn bugs, like horn dogs.
It sounded like y'all was together for a while at that point.
We were, because we had moved to separate, like different properties together. We was locked, like we was really in love, like really.
And so
like,
that
we moved
incident,
to that last property, that's when all hell started breaking loose.
and so would you say that incident was maybe the biggest factor in you guys breaking up?
No, because it was 3 or 4. Man,
Wait,
it was
that
a
many
lot,
more incidents?
yeah. And there was major stuff.
But
too.
it wasn't similar to that, was it? It was different
No,
stuff.
it wasn't nothing sexual assault like to do with that.
Right.
But it was still major as hell. Like,
Well, like
you
what
don't
was
do
the
that
most
to
major
somebody.
thing?
I would say it's a lot. With my homegirl supposed to be my sister, doing fraud in my name and eating off of it, my credit, motherfuckers telling lies on me, trying to give me disease, like picking up a girl in my car, then like dropping me off at my homegirl so you can use my car to go cheat with a girl that's burning, so you could come back to me and I'm your fiance. Like it's all type of stuff. Like
Wow. Did he know that the girl was burning?
I hope he didn't. I mean, I would logically think no. Like if you a clean.
Well, how did
person,
you know that she was burning? Like, was it like?
Because
in other words, was it like
we went together
the
to
word of the
doctor.
street type deal?
No.
Okay,
hell
so
no.
it was
'Cause
afterwards.
I was never in the street. Well, I was put up in the house.
Okay.
So I don't understand why he was even doing all that.
Okay, so he was outside and
Right,
you
and I
was in the
inside.
house and y'all went to the
Yes.
doctor together and
Yes.
ended up having whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So he
okay.
stepped out on me.
You never cheated on him?
No. Well, yes. After the fact, after he cheated like twice.
Like get your lick back type
I
deal?
did, yeah.
Okay.
But initially, no. I never cheated first.
Okay. So, what is your situation right now? Like, do you have like a roof over your head? Are you kind of outside? Are you here and there type deals? Okay, so you're outside.
Here and there.
So, what is your plan? How long have you been here in Atlanta at this point?
Downtown, I'll say a few months.
A few months. And so, what? Because I've never seen you before. Maybe you've seen me. I don't know, but I've never seen you. And I'm out here pretty often. You know what I'm saying? So, what is your plan? Like, you're 21 years old, so you're still really young.
Right.
Did you go to high school and everything?
Yeah.
Graduated?
No, I dropped out in 12th grade
12th grade? Why'd you drop out in 12th?
because it was a little toxic at home. Not
Okay.
a little, it was a lot toxic. It was a little toxic at home, but that's what really that's where our bond, like with my fiance, that's where our bond grew. Because we started out going to sleep on the phone every day, never met each other for a whole year.
You know what that's called, right? It's called a trauma bond. Both of y'all are bonding over the fact that you have
Especially being
trauma.
so young, you don't realize what that is.
Yeah. It's not love; it's a trauma bond, and a lot of people, the feelings are so intense that a lot of people mistake it for that. It happens out here all the time.
Yeah.
People link up and get in relationships and everything else because they can relate. They're going through the same things. They've been through similar things, but it's not necessarily love. It's different. So,
It's just
and it almost always becomes toxic. I'll tell you that right now.
That's why it's just good to be by yourself.
Well, definitely when you're in these type of situations,
Yeah.
you know.
Facts.
So what is your
will-
plan? It's got its pros and its cons because having somebody it does have its pros, right? But the cons almost always present themselves as well.
Depending on who it is, right?
Yeah. So what is your plan? Like you're 21. What do you plan on doing to kind of get out of this situation?
Just going back to my old job, getting my ID. First and foremost, you can't have a job without an ID. You can't have an ID without a birth certificate. You can't have a birth certificate without a social, which was taken out of my possession. But
Was it like when you were
anyway,
asleep or something like that?
Yeah.
That's pretty much happens all the time out here.
Right.
All the time. So
yeah.
I mean, so have you been in a relationship since the last relationship? You said like 19, I think.
Yeah, I have.
And so what happened with those relationships? Why did they fail?
The men are trash. That's just all. That's all it is. They just be trash.
Well, is there any part of it that's your fault? Like, is there any,
I'll
you know what I'm
say
saying?
how understanding I am and how I'm always trying to see the good in people.
So false positive, basically. Okay, so because is there any part that, like if I asked them like, hey, what's wrong with her? What would they tell me?
Like which one?
Any of
Some
them.
might lie to make me okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm
just
looking for
depends.
self-accountability. Like,
Right.
what part of it that you can look at and say, all right, well, you know, maybe I could have done this better. Maybe I could have.
Thinking that I can depend on my dude more than I should be at. Like, I'll be like, okay, since they my man, they should.
So are you just choosing wrong guys, basically? Is that what you're pinning it on?
So I'm entertaining.
Would they say that, man, she's got a bad attitude?
Guys approach me.
Would they say that, man, she's got a bad attitude, or you know, she is entitled, or she's not clean, or anything like that?
No, they can't say none of that about me.
Okay, so it's just basically
they cannot say like literally.
So
you're even a random person.
And so, how long would those relationships last before they would dissolve?
One lasted a year, and then the other one lasted a few months.
So the one that lasted a year, why did it break up?
Because he was just.
What does that mean?
We're just two different people. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I just want to leave that alone. I had to leave that alone.
Okay.
It wasn't safe. I don't feel. It was just too. I don't know.
What was the situation with your dad? Like, you were saying that it didn't work out staying there. Why not?
Because like he's just such a shiesty person. Number one. Number two, like.
Okay, I know you said the substance abuse and stuff like that.
Yeah, substance abuse, setups, all type of stuff.
Setups?
That's why he
you
wasn't
got set
in my
up?
life to begin with. Yeah, a few times almost.
How?
Yeah.
By your dad?
By the people closest to me.
Well, what did they do to set you up? Like
insurance money, stealing your identity.
Okay, so that's what you're saying, like all that trying to make something happen to you? Like unalive you?
Yeah.
For what?
And it's like, for money.
Wow.
But yeah, how I really what really got me finding out what was going on in my life was like the spiritual community on YouTube, like the zodiacs and stuff, which I kind of like put that on the side now. I don't really
delve in as much, but
right, not anymore.
You feel like it helped to open your eyes. Right. Yeah. You gotta watch some of the rabbit holes that you go down, because you'll end up in a cult, you'll end up in all type of stuff, especially at the age you're at, where you're so still impressionable with anything, and there's so much out there that can yeah, they know what they're doing. So well, listen, on that note, if anybody out there wanted to reach out, help, or donate, do you have a way they could do that? Do you have social media, Cash App, anything like that?
Yes, my Cash App is $, capital PAID, paid, then capital INDI, PaidIndi.
Okay. Do you have Instagram or Facebook?
My Instagram is Indi_Amour, INDI_AMOUR.
Okay. All right. Well, like I say, miss, we really appreciate you. And we definitely wish you nothing but the best out here, okay?
Thank you, vice versa.
All right, you make sure you have a good one, sweetie.
You too.
All right.
Hey, OG, man, I need to do one, man.